My husband loves me so much that even when I stabbed him in the shoulder, he held on to me and wouldn't let go, because he thought that if he took his eyes off me for 1 second, I would leave him, but what he didn't realize was that I was born again, and this time there was no way I was going to leave him no matter what. Sebastian. Just saying his name made my chest tighten with a dull ache. When I saw him again, I broke down. I walked right up to him and threw my arms around him, clinging to that familiar scent of pine that I'd never really forgotten. His body tensed. "Does it hurt?" I asked, my fingers gently brushing over his shoulder. He stared at me, like he was trying to read my soul. That gaze used to terrify me. Now, it just twisted the guilt deeper into my heart. "It won't kill me," he said flatly, turning his head away. "I'll call Wilson. You need to go to the hospital," I said suddenly. I couldn't block out what happened. I had stabbed him, in a moment of pure despair, aiming straight for his heart. He hadn't moved. He hadn't even tried to stop me. He just looked at me like he'd already accepted his fate. The blade missed his heart and sank into his shoulder instead. He never told a soul. 2 days later, he collapsed from an infection. By the time Wilson found him, he was barely hanging on. Since then, his left arm was never the same. That injury it eventually cost him his life. Sebastian used to be a legend in the underground boxing scene, respected, feared, unbeatable, but because of me, he died, humiliated, helpless, and alone. He let out a low, bitter laugh and suddenly grabbed my wrist. His eyes darkened with something wild. "Hospital? What, so you can run off again while I'm unconscious?" "No, that's not." I started to pull my hand away, but I stopped myself. He deserved honesty from me now. "Sebastian, I changed my mind. I don't want the divorce." Something in him shifted. He stared at me like he couldn't quite believe it. My face was soaked in tears, but I didn't back down. Every word I said, I meant it. The next second, he pulled me into his arms. Before I could even react, his mouth was on mine, hot, rough, overwhelming. When he finally let go, we were both breathless. "Don't forget what you just said, Scarlett," he murmured. Meeting his gaze, I kissed him again, this time soft, genuine. "I, Scarlett, swear I'll never divorce Sebastian." That night, a Rolls-Royce sped away from Meadows Estate. Wilson drove Sebastian straight to the hospital. I watched them push him into the operating room, and then I collapsed onto a bench, sobbing. What would I do if his arm never recovered? I'd hurt him so many times. I used his love like a weapon. I tried everything to push him away, and through it all, he still protected me. When Wilson came back, he found me still crying, face soaked in tears. His eyes burned with barely restrained anger. He had every right to hate me. He knew just how close that knife had come to Sebastian's heart. Then I heard my name, Etta. I looked up and saw Teresa. Her worried expression was a mask I no longer believed. Rage bubbled up inside me. She was the one who whispered poison in my ear. She made me turn against Sebastian and watched as everything fell apart. Wilson shot her a cold glare as he walked away. Teresa came closer, feigning concern. "Etta, are you okay? Did you fight with Mr. Klein?" I stood and slapped her, hard. "Teresa, were you trying to ruin me?" I hissed, fury burning in my chest. She collapsed to the ground, clutching her cheek. Behind her crocodile tears, I saw the flash of shame and anger. "Why'd you hit me, Etta?" "I'd never hurt you," she whimpered. I sneered. "Weren't you the one who told me to threaten Sebastian with a knife?" She blinked in fake confusion, then quickly recovered. "All I said was that he loves you so much. He'd